Well, g'day everyone. Today I wanted to talk to you about the latest release from Sony. It's actually as you can see here, the ZV-E1, which I actually think overall is a very, very good release. But that's not what I'm actually here to talk about today. I'm probably going to upset quite a number of people, and there's probably a reason why I never get reviews for Sony or anything like that. But as you know, I always tell the truth from my perspective. And I wanted to talk about some of the issues that I think are starting to happen with Sony. Now, I do have an A7S III, but I'm also here talking about people that have bought the A1 as well. In fact, it's very, very disappointing what Sony are doing to us. And in fact, I'm never going to buy another flagship Sony camera again. I think I'm not going to jump ship, but I will be waiting and getting one of the cheaper versions that get released. The problem that Sony seem to be doing here, and look, I know a lot of you are going to disagree with me, but really, at my stage of life and the age and everything that I am, I don't really care. I just have an opinion on it, and I'm just going to say it the way it is. And if it hurts people's feelings, well, my advice to you is just to turn off now. But the point that I'm trying to make here is that there is absolutely no reason why they couldn't have put some of these features into the Sony A7S III and also the A1 particularly. Remember, you've paid massive money for this. I paid over $4,000, I think, when I got my A7S III, and really, it's had no substantial firmware updates. I notice I've been looking at Nikon lately too, and they've been adding incredible updates to their cameras. Panasonic also have as well. But Sony, for some reason, have completely ignored the A1 users that have paid massive amounts of money and the A7S III. In fact, I don't think the A7S III is going to continue anymore looking at this release that's happened. The release itself, don't get me wrong, I think is terrific, apart from the fact that there's no EVF and it only has one card slot. The rest of that camera seems to be pretty good. Also, I should mention the rear screen too is a disappointment. But apart from that, the camera itself is very, very good, and it has many more features than what, say, the A7S III has, and it has the same sensor. There's no way I will believe that they couldn't give those features to the A7S III. Now, I'm hoping Sony does this, and then obviously I'll be the first to say thank you, Sony, for doing it. But at this stage, it appears to be that they're completely ignoring their higher-ended models when what you do is you go out and buy the highest-end models that were there. It happened to me when I bought the A9. That never, ever got the picture profiles that Sony said they were going to add. So I've been bitten twice by this now. I was bitten when I bought the A9, which was $7,000 Australian, I think. And I've been bitten again when I've bought the A7S III. There's multiple things that camera should have had. I mean, there's no way... I do not believe that they couldn't put say, the new menu systems in this that have just been put there. The focus breathing, things like that should be put in both the A1 and also the A7S III. It's just crazy that they seem to be bringing out all of these new features in a lower-ended camera, and they do it fairly soon after those releases. I don't like it, to be honest. I think it's a very, very bad thing for a company to do. They really should be looking after the people that have those higher-ended cameras. There's no reason when it's only software that they can't do a firmware update to give at least something back. This is why I'm saying to you I will never buy another high-ended or the ultimate Sony cameras anymore. They're flagship cameras. I will wait and buy one of the cameras that are lower down the scale because they seem to be they obviously are much cheaper, but also you're getting much more in the software as well. I can understand the AI component can't be added because that probably is a chip, but most of the other features that are there probably could be added in as a firmware update, and I think that's a very bad move by Sony. And I know I'm going to cop a lot of hate from this, particularly from the fanboys that are out there, but like I said, it is what it is, and I'm always, like I said, I tell it how it is, and I'm always honest, and this is probably one of the reasons why Sony won't give me anything to review. But I'd love to know your opinion about this, particularly if you do have an A7S III or an A1. I'd love to know your opinion, or even an A9 that, just didn't get any of these updates either that they sort of promised along the way. Apart from that, everyone, I'll have a discussion about the new camera on Sony's live on my Sony's live show on Saturday. And apart from that, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.